Warning, the following video is massively out of date. How out of date? Winter of 2010 out of date. Enjoy.
Hey, this is Cold Turkey, throwing down with more Rammus. You say, more Rammus? Man, how long are you going to be playing this guy, Cold Turkey? Well, you know, back in the day, I played 252 games with Tarek, just over 200 with Ash, and, well, yeah. Let's just say when I like a champion, I tend to play a lot of that champion. So what is this video going to be about, then? We've already talked about Rammus from a standpoint of his items, his abilities, runes, masteries, things like that. I want this video to be a little bit different, because I have gotten requests over the last couple weeks, last couple months, to not talk about a champion, but instead to talk about gameplay, things you want to be doing, things you don't want to be doing. And I think this is a good chance to really go over tanking, especially with Rammus. Now, other tanks work differently, especially like Amumu or Galio, because they have ultimates that are AoE and also CC, which means you're going to be doing things a little bit differently. And Rammus doesn't really have an AoE CC like Amumu or Galio, but he's still a very effective tank, and you can still do some pretty cool stuff with him. So, got some footage from 2 games coming up, and we're going to go through the first one, then go through the second one, kind of dissect things and look at tanking with Rammus. So we've talked about all that. Let's not waste any more time. Let's jump right into the footage for the first game. Okay, so me and Twitch are bottom, and on the opposing team we got a Scion. Our Anivia is coming through the river. Other people are going to join Scion here in a second. Let me see, probably their jungler. Yes, indeed. Udyr's coming in. Now, I don't know if they didn't call MIA on Anivia or what the deal is, but they're not too sure what's going on. So I'm going to come out into the open, try to powerball in. Of course, the minions are going to block me. Our Anivia pulls a great move on that Scion, stuns him, does a ton of damage. I taunt him, force him to stay into the fight. Ultimate for the AoE damage. Scion goes down. Our Twitch comes up from behind. D-Stealth is going to punish their Pantheon, and then from there they keep targeting me because of, well, taunt. I'm forcing them to target me. Anivia, once again, massive burst, especially when combined with Twitch. Excellent wall to the side, and we are able to kill both of them with no losses. And as Rammus, you definitely want to get in there, mix it up. Don't be afraid to taunt, defensive ball curl, so that you can absorb more damage and trust that your mage and your carrier are going to do their job. Alright, so let's move on to some more footage from the same game. I'm in bottom lane, kind of doing my own thing. Going to attack this tower, activate defensive ball curl and my ultimate for extra damage on the tower, but they're going to be popping in. I deactivate defensive ball curl so that I can activate my power ball and get away, especially from Pantheon, because if I didn't do that, he'd be able to stun me, do a lot of damage. The rest of our team would have caught up and killed me. Definitely a bad position to be in, so smart thinking got me out of that. Now, if you look in the top just for a second, you see Udyr coming through the jungle because we have a ward there. Because Udyr's coming in and their team isn't popping up yet, I'm going to say that they're doing Dragon. We got our Anivia coming in. We got our Xin Zhao and our Tarek coming in from top, our Twitch coming in from the jungle on top. We notice that they are, in fact, doing Dragon. There's only 2 of us here right now, so 2v4 is not exactly what we're going to want. But we're going to try to corner this Udyr. If I taunt him, force him to attack me, our Xin, our Tarek, and our Twitch are going to come in, and Anivia is going to mess with them at Dragon still, so we should be able to burn down this Udyr super quick. From there, we'll be able to move forward and ultimately get their whole team. Caught in the middle of the jungle. I'm going to stay in the middle of the fight, try to absorb as much damage as possible. Because my power ball is down, I couldn't have escaped even if I wanted to, so there was no point in trying to get away. But my death caused our team to get the ace. We dropped their entire team. They surrender 4-1, and it's GG. One death, my death, the tank's death, which happens a lot. As a tank, it's okay to die if you're going to get more kills for your death. You don't just want to go in and die and not have anything happen because of it. But that was a great example of knowing when not to back out. Sticking it out. There was no way for me to escape, and we got the game because of it. Okay, now let's look at footage from another game. This is a really interesting game because we were losing during the laning phase. If you look at the kill score, we're behind in this game. And the footage from this game, I really think, speaks a lot to teamwork, proper tanking with Rammus, and other things like that. They're pushing mid. Our mid tower is low health. Our Sivir's not here yet. Our Tarek's not here yet. Our Twitch is not here yet. One thing to note is on their team, they have an Anivia as well. They also have a Tarek as well. Things are fairly matched. Their main carry is Misfortune. Our main carry is going to be Twitch. She backed out. She had to use her flash to back out. That's one thing to note. Summoner spell usage. So we're going to be able to fight them now that maybe her flash is down, but you know, something's going to happen to make this fight happen. Somebody has to make a mistake, somebody has to get caught in CC, somebody has to initiate the fight, and it looks like it's going to be Sivir this time. She gets hit by a stun, I'm going to move in, activate my ultimate, and then of course taunt somebody, try to get him focused down. Our Twitch comes in, D-Stealth is able to drop their carry quickly, but unfortunately he gets dropped as well. So we're even on kills so far. Udyr makes a big mistake, get him in a taunt, and then we get him in a boomerang, ice wall behind, so he couldn't have got away even if he wanted to. And we barely come out on top for that fight. 2 kills for us, 1 kill for them. But still technically we're behind. And once again, that's the reason I included footage from this game, is because we were behind, but we were able to come back and do some pretty cool stuff, which we'll see here later. And also the teams were fairly evenly matched. This isn't a case of one team being try-hard and one team being a bunch of non-try-hards. No, things were fairly even on the team setup. So we're going to go ahead to the next scene. This scene is where things really start to go our way. And what I want to talk about is, you'll notice when we're watching this scene how long it takes for the actual quote-unquote action to start. And the reason that is because we want to wait for the enemy to make a mistake. While we're defending mid lane against the enemy push, one thing I kept saying constantly in Skype was, hey guys, let's just wait for them to make a mistake. We know that eventually they will. Patience was basically called for in order to win. Our Sivir's coming up from mid, our Twitch is looking through the jungle, probably going to try to steal their red while he's there, or just scouting ahead. Their forces are starting to form up. You see that they're all mid, and they're all going to be wanting to get this tower. Our tower is very low health, so in their minds, if they can win the team fight, push the tower, that's a bonus. And the game that they're ahead in, they'll be even more ahead in. And you know what? They're right. But we're going to be able to pull out a pretty awesome battle here in a bit. And once again, like I said earlier, I'm including all this footage just to show how long it took for this fight to actually happen. You think that was it? No, that wasn't it. We got to wait for them to make a mistake. We got to wait for something to go wrong on their side. And inside of Skype, that's what I'm saying the whole time. Guys, let's just wait. Let's just be patient. Let's just calm down. And let's wait for them to screw it up and do something stupid. Because if we can do that, we can guaranteed win the team fight, and we can guaranteed win this game. So we're waiting, they're poking, we're poking, we're waiting. Something's going to happen eventually. Give it a little more time. Don't worry, it'll happen here real soon. It's coming up real fast. You got to watch real carefully. Who makes the mistake? Watch. It's about to happen. Happens right now. Who made the mistake? Misfortune made the mistake. I'm able to activate Powerball, Ghost, Flash in, Taunt, hit my ult, hit my defensive ball curl for the defensive bonus. Boom. Misfortune goes down in a heartbeat. Then next we're going to be focusing. There's Zhao. He doesn't last very long. And from there, Twitch D-Stealth. We get everybody but the Anivia. Oh, but we got the Anivia too. We didn't lose one single person. We aced their team. And then from there, we're going to be able to push very quickly. And once again, if you go back to that scene and you look, where was the mistake? Who made the mistake? What was the mistake? The mistake was their Misfortune got way too close to me. So I was able to Ghost, Powerball, Flash, Taunt, Defensive Ball Curl because I was starting to take a lot of damage, and activate my ult to hit their team. Great example of how to tank with Rammus. Wait for somebody to overextend, wait for somebody to make a mistake. Because you have Taunt, at level 5 it's 3 seconds, so you can really force somebody to really screw up. They make one mistake, and that mistake can compound into something way worse than it could have been. 3 seconds of forcing them to attack you is a big deal. If you taunt from a distance, if you taunt and then you move, I guess would be a better way to say it, they got to move after you, so you can force them to move directions, force them to do things they don't want to do. This is a really pimp play by our Sivir. This is why I kept it in. She's going to die, but why not die to the tower? Because it says a turret has slain. That means they don't get the money for the kill, and she's still dead. So that was a really smart play by Deadly Dosage. That's why I kept that in there. Props to him for having the intelligence and the quick thinking to understand that. Continuing on with the game, though, what's going to happen next? Well, if you look real carefully, just for a second there, you saw that the enemy team was still pushing mid. They're going to try to take this tower, because once again, it's still at really low health. But one thing to note is now we're winning the game. We're ahead on kills, we're ahead on towers, we've got an inhibitor down. They don't have that. They could still win this game. They could still come back and beat us. I've seen it happen many a times. I've had games where we've had 2 inhibitors down and we still come back and win. I've had the exact opposite happen where the enemy had 2 inhibitors down and they came back and win. The Udyr gets a little overextended. I try to go to the Misfortune, but she has her flash up. She flashes out, and then the enemy team comes in and swarms on our Twitch. One thing to note, though, is they did use their ultimates to drop Twitch. We back out because all 5 of them are there, and there's only 2 of us here. However, our Tarek and our Sivir are going to be here in a few seconds. But keep in mind, they did use their ultimates. Misfortune used her ultimate. Zen did his ultimate. So we are at an advantage as soon as our other 2 friends show up, and now they are here. So what this is going to let us do is going to let us move forward. We'll be able to go, see what we can do. Sivir's coming in from around, I'm guessing, probably thinking they're in the jungle. That's cool. Don't mind that at all. Powerball in, get caught by a minion. That's unfortunate. Just move up to the top through the jungle. Misfortune's here. Looks like Udyr is here as well. I'm going to bet that they're going to meet us right behind this bush. This is where the team fight's going to happen. Yep. Going to powerball in, ghost in to catch up, try to hit a taunt on somebody, anybody. Doesn't matter who, because they're going to pull back and try to save them if they can. It was Udyr. We get the Udyr down pretty fast. He doesn't make it very long. Then next up, I'm going to think of Nivea, because she doesn't have her flash up. Able to taunt her, keep her into the fight, drop her. Misfortune, she's all running around, scared. Tarek's still here, keeping our presence inside. See what we can do. Zen comes up, he's fresh as a daisy. That's bad, because we still don't have Twitch with us. But Twitch, he's going through the jungle. He's going to try to do something here pretty soon. Hopefully push a lane. Taunt the Tarek, get him close to us. Ice wall behind him, so he has trouble getting back. He still lives with low health. Oh no, now we're focusing the Zen. Our Sivir's getting destroyed by towers. Not good. She dies, but the Tarek dies. And now's about the time we're going to pull out of their base and go somewhere else. Our Twitch has the right idea. He's pushing bottom while we're messing around in here. So we're going to be able to go down there and help him push the bottom lane. Later on in the same game, we just got done pushing bottom. Now we're debating as to whether we're going to do Baron or crush their enemy team. I'm going to say let's go crush the enemy team. You look how they're out there in the middle of the lane. Oh, Nivea got so close. I wanted to taunt. I wanted to do so many things. But I didn't. I held back because I want to wait for our team to get here. Going to power ball in, taunt the Anivia, get her down. Once we get her down, next up we're going to focus the Misfortune. She flashes out. Not going to be enough to get out of there. Zen comes in, burn him down, and it looks like everybody's dead except their Tarek, I think. Yeah, so we're going to be able to push and win the game, and it was GG. So this was a really good example, teamwork and proper tanking with Rammus. Once again, we were not winning this game during the laning phase. We were technically losing. It wasn't until the team fight phase where things really started to go our way, where we were able to pull out the victory, even though we were behind. Now, we weren't that far behind. We were just a little bit behind. But nonetheless, it is a good example. I wish I would record every game that goes like this, but you know what? Sometimes you play the best game in your life and you don't record it, and you're like, oh, what was I doing? No! But anyway, I did record this. Great example. So, yeah, loving Rammus. He's an amazing tank. Really awesome. Hopefully I'll be doing a commentary on a different champion, one I haven't done a commentary on in the near future. However, the patch on Tuesday might warrant its own commentary if it's as big of a patch as I think it could be. This is Cold Turkey. Thanks for watching.